Have you ever stood perfectly still in your hallway, listening to the sounds coming from the other side of your front door? You have just locked it. You are holding your breath, and then it begins. The high-pitched whining, the frantic scratching at the wood, the heavy, panicked panting. If your furry friend instantly turns into an anxious, pacing mess the exact second you reach for your keys, I want you to know two very important things right now. First, you are an incredible, deeply loving pet parent. You are absolutely not alone in this struggle. And second, you actually have the power to help your dog calm down instantly. Today, we are going to decode that panic. I am going to explain exactly why your dog reacts this way based on simple, science-backed dog psychology. And I am going to give you a fast, 5-step routine to instantly calm their nervous system in just 30 seconds before you walk out the door. To truly decode their anxiety, we first need to let go of the immense guilt that you carry every single morning. Everything you have been doing to try and comfort your dog comes from a place of deep human empathy. When we see someone we love in distress, our human instinct is to rush in. We want to hug them, hold them tight, use a sweet baby voice to promise them that everything is going to be okay. Behaviorism and neuroscience show us that the canine brain processes the entire world fundamentally differently than we do. When we try to soothe a panicking dog using human logic, we are speaking a language their brain simply cannot translate. Dogs do not process our verbal promises. They process primal energy, spatial pressure, and scent. Their amygdala, which is the fear center of the brain, decodes our frantic human empathy as confirmation that there really is a terrifying threat in the room. When you swoop in with a high-pitched baby voice while your dog is shaking, their brain interprets that as you validating their fear. They think, my leader is also acting incredibly emotional and erratic, so this situation must actually be dangerous. We are accidentally feeding the exact panic we are desperately trying to cure. Today, we are going to stop doing that. We are going to translate your massive amount of love into a biological language their nervous system actually understands and craves. Step 1 of our routine is decoding the immense power of the olfactory anchor. Because you feel so deeply guilty about leaving them alone all day, your first instinct might be to make their environment as perfect as possible. You might wash their favorite blankets, clean the living room, leave out a brand new, sterile chew toy. It feels like you are giving them a 5-star hotel experience. But in dog psychology, this is actually a massive trigger for anxiety. For a dog, their entire sense of security is built on scent. Their olfactory bulb is vast and directly wired to their emotional brain. Furthermore, dogs actually track the passage of time by measuring how your unique scent decays in the air around them. When you wash their bedding right before you leave, you are completely erasing your smell. You are leaving them in a sterile, alien sensory void. Is the canine equivalent of waking up alone in a hospital room. To decode this and fix it, we use a simple science-backed trick. Take a t-shirt you wore to sleep last night. Do not wash it. Place it flat right where they usually sleep. You are leaving behind a highly concentrated biological anchor. Their brain registers this dense pocket of your scent, which chemically signals to their nervous system that, mathematically speaking, you are technically still present in the environment. It acts as an emotional safety blanket that lasts for hours, keeping their baseline anxiety completely manageable. Step 2 is the physical reset. Think about the moments just before you leave. Your dog starts pacing. Their eyes get wide. They start panting. Our immediate human instinct is to reach down and pet them frantically, rubbing their head fast or wrapping our arms around them for a deep, tight hug. But let us look at the behaviorism behind this. Fast, repetitive movements actively stimulate their sympathetic nervous system. It literally acts like an engine revving them up, pushing them further into a fight or flight state. And hugging restricts their physical movement, which for a dog, especially rescue dogs who might have past trauma, causes a massive, immediate spike in cortisol, the primary stress hormone. To decode this physical panic, we need to use deep pressure therapy instead. If you see them getting anxious, do not speak. Do not use your baby voice. Simply place the flat, heavy palm of your hand squarely on their chest bone, right on their sternum. Keep it there for 10 full seconds. Apply firm, steady, downward pressure. Do not move your hand. Do not stroke them. This firm, grounding pressure manually engages their vagus nerve. When the vagus nerve is stimulated, it scientifically forces their heart rate to slow down, their breathing to deepen, and their nervous system to physically sync with your calm energy. You are literally pressing the mute button on their biological panic alarm. Before we move on to the actual act of walking out the door, I have a quick question for you. Does your dog start watching you like a furry little detective the exact moment you put on your work shoes or the second you pick up a specific bag? Do they seem to know you are leaving before you even head for the door? Let me know your experience in the comments right now. They do this because their canine brains are highly sensitive pattern matching machines. They are constantly reading your pre-departure cues, calculating every micro movement you make. That is exactly why Step 3 is so incredibly critical. Step 3 is the boring exit. Again, human nature tells us that because we love them, we need to give them a grand, dramatic farewell. We get down on their level, we shower them with kisses, and we tell them how much we are going to miss them. But neurologically, anxiety is born in extreme contrast. Imagine being at a bright, incredibly loud, joyful party, and suddenly someone violently pulls the main power breaker. You are instantly plunged into pitch black silence. That sudden drop is terrifying. If your goodbye is a highly emotional, stimulating event, the sudden silence when the front door clicks shut feels like a traumatic, terrifying drop in their dopamine levels. We need to decode this by keeping their emotional baseline completely flat. We have to desensitize the act of leaving. Here is what you do. For the final moments before you leave, execute a perfectly boring exit. Do not change the pitch of your voice. Do not make prolonged eye contact. Pick up your things, say a simple, flat, unemotional "see you later," and walk out the door. To your human heart, I know this feels cold. It feels like you are ignoring your best friend. But to their canine brain, it is the ultimate form of love and leadership. You are neurologically coding your departure as a completely mundane, everyday, non-threatening event. You are telling them this is so boring and normal that it is not worth worrying about. Step 4 is the predictability anchor. Sometimes, out of sheer guilt, we try to avoid the goodbye altogether. We try to sneak out the back door while they are distracted by a puzzle toy or eating a treat in the kitchen. We think that if they do not see us leave, they will not be sad. But for a dog, especially a dog with separation anxiety, unpredictable environment is the most terrifying thing in the world. If you can simply vanish into thin air without warning, their brain learns a very dangerous lesson. They learn that they must stay hyper-vigilant at all times, keeping one eye open constantly to track your movements. Sneaking out creates chronic anxiety. Instead, you need to offer them a psychological handshake. Give them clear, predictable data. Pick up your designated leaving object, your keys or your coat. Hold it up calmly in their line of sight for just a moment. Let them look at it and process it. Then, calmly walk to the door. In dog psychology, predictability builds trust, and trust eliminates panic. When they know exactly what the routine is, their brain stops searching for threats, and their cortisol levels drop naturally, which brings us to step 5. This is the most critical psychological trap to decode, and it happens in the final 5 seconds of your routine. It is called the apology loop, and it undoes every piece of hard work you just put in. You have done the first 4 steps perfectly. You have left your scent, applied deep pressure, kept it boring, and been predictable. You finally touch the doorknob. And right at that exact second, your dog lets out a heartbreaking little whine. Your empathy completely overwhelms you. Your heart shatters. You let go of the door, turn around, drop your bags, and go back to comfort them one last time. Listen to me very carefully. Please do not judge yourself if you have been doing this. But you have to understand the behaviorism behind this moment. When your dog whines and you immediately return to touch them, you are not comforting them. You are powerfully rewarding their panic. Their primal brain decodes your return as ultimate confirmation. They think my human came back because my panic was justified. I sounded the alarm, and they agreed there is a threat. You are accidentally training them that whining works, that the door is indeed a terrifying thing. To truly protect your furry friend's mental health, you have to practice behavioral extinction. When you touch that doorknob and they whine, you must keep moving forward. Take a deep, slow breath to center your own energy. Keep your posture tall, do not look back, and close the door firmly behind you. True leadership means absorbing their momentary discomfort in order to give them long-term peace. By holding that firm boundary, you are projecting an aura of complete safety. You are proving to their nervous system that the routine never changes. You are in control. There is absolutely nothing to worry about. Furthermore, I want you to understand that when you implement these steps, you might experience what behaviorists call an extinction burst. Because the old trick of whining to get your attention is no longer working. Brain might try to turn up the volume temporarily before it finally gives up. They might whine a little louder or pace a little faster for the first few days. This is completely normal. It is just their nervous system recalibrating to the new, healthy boundaries you have set. Stay completely consistent. Give it a week. You will watch the magic of biology take over. The frantic pacing will turn into a deep sigh. The howling will turn into a peaceful nap on your old t-shirt. Decoding their behavior and understanding the true science behind their panic, we can stop accidentally fueling their anxiety. We can finally start providing the genuine biological comfort they so desperately need from us. I would love to meet the amazing dogs we are helping today. What is your furry friend's name? What breed are they? And are they a rescue dog? Drop their story in the comments below right now, because I read every single one. This community is built on supporting each other, without judgment. And I want you to make a promise to your dog right now. Which of these 5 steps are you going to commit to trying tomorrow morning? Write it in the comments so we can hold each other accountable and track your progress together. Please make sure you save this video so you have this exact routine handy when you need a reminder, and share it with any dog parent who might be struggling with the heavy guilt of leaving their best friend at home. You are doing an amazing job. A deep breath, decode their mind, and calm their heart. I will see you in the next video.